Listen to the silence. When was the last time you heard true silence? Without the noise of the city. Without traffic. Without any electrical crackling. In northern New Mexico, nestled in the shadow of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, lies a town, Taos. This was a sanctuary for artists, hermits, and those seeking peace. It was one of the last places on Earth where silence still existed. But on that cold spring morning in 1993, the silence died. He died, never to return. It all started with a question. Can you hear this sound too? First they blamed their neighbors. Did you leave the generator on? They asked. Why are you idling your truck? They asked. But when they went outside, there was neither a truck nor a generator. Just a desert wind. Katie McCall was one of the first to hear the sound. He described the sound as follows. It's like there's a huge military helicopter operating right outside my house, but its rotors aren't spinning. Just the heavy, metallic, vibrating sound of the engine. He closed the windows. The sound didn't stop, because this sound wasn't coming through the air. It passed through walls, concrete, pillows, and human flesh. In medicine, this is called the low-frequency noise threshold. The human ear generally cannot hear frequencies below 20 Hz. But the people in Taos heard something. Or rather, they felt it. The victims hear the sound not in their ears, but in their rib cages, their diaphragms, and worst of all, they felt it right in the center of their skulls. Think about it. You're in your own home, but there's an uninvited guest inside your brain. And that guest never stops talking. Never. The complaints grew like an avalanche. So much so that the American Congress had to intervene. This was the first official state investigation in history into a voice. The brightest minds from Los Alamos National Laboratory, NASA, and the Air Force landed on Taos. They had seismographs equipped with Cold War technology with them. It had electromagnetic sensors and the world's most sensitive microphones. They listened to the desert. They listened to the mountains. They listened to what was happening underground. The townspeople held their breath, waiting for the result. Did you find it? What is it that's driving us crazy? The scientists' response was even more terrifying than the silence. Our machines hear nothing. There's no sound there. This is where the mystery branches off. Thousands of people lived in the town, but only 2% could hear the sound. Why that 2%? What made them different? Did they have extraordinary hearing? Or did they have a disease in their brains? This situation led to a war between those who heard and those who didn't hear. The couple divorced. Husbands who said, "You're crazy, there's no sound," abandoned their wives. The neighbors became enemies. The hum of Taos was tearing apart not only the ears, but the very fabric of society. If you can't find the answer in the sky, where do you look? Deep. Much deeper. During the 1980s and 90s, the U.S. Navy was establishing a global communications network. The goal was to send orders to nuclear submarines hidden at the bottom of the ocean. But there was a problem. Radio waves cannot travel through water. Your cell phone won't work underwater. The Navy's solution was a project that pushed the boundaries of physics, ELF, extremely low frequency. Extremely low frequency. These waves are not like normal radio signals. Wavelengths are kilometers long. These waves pass through the mountains. It drills through the ocean floor. And yes, they go through the foundations of your house, through the floor of your bedroom. According to the theory, the Navy did not use massive antennas for communication. It was transforming the Earth's crust, the very soil we walk on, into a gigantic antenna. So why Taos? Why not New York or London? The answer may lie in geology. The soil of Taos is full of quartz rocks with piezoelectric properties. Scientists suspect the following. When these massive ELF signals sent by the Navy hit the rocks beneath Taos, a reaction occurs. The rocks are shaking. The ground is rustling. So the people in Taos aren't hearing an imaginary voice. They are hearing the side effects of the Cold War, the waste sound of a military operation. Can a sound kill a person? Maybe not directly. But sleeplessness kills. Despair kills. In Taos and similar hum regions around the world, there are reports of an increase in suicide rates. People resort to this as a last resort to get rid of that drilling sound in their heads. One victim wrote in a note, "I hope death will be silent. Because life is too noisy now." Perhaps the problem isn't a military experiment. Maybe the problem is us. Over the last 50 years, we have surrounded the world with an electromagnetic network. Radio waves, microwaves, Wi-Fi signals. There's an invisible soup in the air. Some scientists believe that Taos victims are actually experiencing electromagnetic hypersensitivity. They can sense electricity that we can't. They are the canaries of the modern world. And the canaries began to die. Years have passed. The investigations have been closed. The files were shelved. Science called it tinnitus. Conspiracy theorists called it HARP. And indigenous people called it Mother Earth's cry. But no one has found a definitive answer. And the sound is still there. Now. Right now, at this very second. The hum of Taos reminds us of a terrifying truth. We are at the mercy of forces we cannot perceive, see, or hear. When you go to bed tonight, listen to your surroundings. Is that silence you're hearing? Or is it a very faint vibration coming from deep within? If you hear, perhaps Taos has come to you. I am Onyx Abel. Keep listening to the unknown.